everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing Axe Body Spray as you would, where we are trying to cheat in a Leyline Axe for free. If this is in our opening hand, we may begin the game with it on the battlefield. That means it is uninteractable. It happens before any spell can be cast. It just appears on the battlefield essentially, and it's just in play. And this is 3 mana to equip. Equip the creature gets a 1/1 and has haste, double strike, and trample, which does seem weird. It's like, what's the super good benefit of having this in early? Well, sometimes you'll have 2 in your opener and you can just play them both, and it comes down to like Warden of the Inner Sky that works well with it, being the fact that this says tap 3 untapped artifacts and our creatures, put a 1/1 counter on it. I have often in the video before had multiple Leyline Axes, so like it was really nice to play 2 of these and then have that, but that's obviously kind of a high percentage play. Having 2 of these in the opener is not super common. But if we do have one, I added one major change to this deck that I talked about, is I cut the bunny corn. If you don't know what bunny corn is, it is Regal bunny corn here. It has power and toughness equal to the number of non-land permanents you control. Very good, obviously, with Spyglass Siren and Novice Inspector, as you probably know from the Boros decks. And I replaced it with Kemba here. Kemba is a super cool card, definitely a kind of equipment deck's favorite kind of card. When Kemba enters or another cat we control enters the battlefield, attach up to 1 target equipment you control to that creature. Equip the creature also gets an additional 1/1, and we can make a cat with this if we have the mana. Most likely that's never going to be super relevant, but it could happen. So oftentimes that you'll see right out the gate in this video, I make sure, like, it happened game 1. I had one of these in the opener, I put it in play, and I turn 1 played a creature, and then turn 2 I played a Kemba, equipped it in the axe, and had a 4/4 double striking trample creature lined up and ready to go, and just immediately just started thumping a player, and it just was incredibly quick. But outside of that, the other kind of things we're doing is we're using kind of our best white aura removal spell, and Shelter by Ghost also works really well when we're trying to equip the creature with double strike and trample, because this gives it lifelink and that puts on a lot of pressure. Other than that, we're really riding Warden's coattail here, if you would, with Novice Inspector, Spyglass Siren, and Mockingbird to be other copies of these, or obviously anything else that's important in our deck or our opponent's deck. But we went down on some Floodpits, we went down on some Steel Seraphs to play Assimilation Aegis. I wanted to have another equipment that could be very valuable. For example, if this exiles a Shieldred, and we play a Kemba after that, we can actually equip this to Kemba for free. We don't have to pay that cost, and then this becomes a Shieldred. So often pretty good ways to figure stuff out. So other than that, my dog's rolling around and threw me off guard. I don't know what she's doing. I wish I could turn my camera around, but my dog's having fun. But outside of that, with the tokens we make with Novice Inspector, Spyglass Siren, and the thing here, or even a Leyline Axe itself, we can just cast a Zoetic Glyph onto it. This says enchant artifact is a golem creature with base power and toughness 5/4 in addition to its other types. When it's put into the graveyard, we discover 3, able to hit pretty much everything from here down, which is probably fine. Obviously Mockingbird a little bit worse because you spend 0 mana, so it's not copying anything other than maybe like a 0 mana token, maybe. But outside of that, the deck's sweet. I like playing it a lot, so we're going to go ahead and dive right into the games, see how well it goes. If y'all enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. And there's my dog to come bother me. What's up, Sadie? What's up? Okay, you might need to... What do you need? Let's go game, dude. Considering I'm first, I get to do the literal combo. Yeah, I'm pretty good to keep this, I think. Oh boy. Not only that, like, it's a very good chance, depending on what my opponent's on, like if they're red aggro or something, you get to put this Leyline Axe into play, then immediately put in a Kemba. I'll just play a Mockingbird, I guess. I'm not too opposed to maybe using it later, but will my opponent be playing? Unsure. See a white source. Thankfully, like, hard hits it immediately, but unfortunately for us, Lay Down Arms is going to be a pretty good removal spell overall. And I mean, we have 8 damage next turn. Maybe 10. Combat. Okay. 8 damage a turn early. Yeah. Now, if I do this on that, does it unequip? I feel like the answer is yes, but I'm just going to hold this. Argument could have been made to shelter by Ghost to Kemba. So we would have hit for 10, and then this would be like a lethal attack. I feel like there's authority of the councils that comes into play. Shelter by Ghost does seem like a bad card to throw in here. Alright. 6. Okay. So at least now our creature has ward. They will get hit down to 2. And the way authority will work is this will be attaching onto a Leyline Axe that's already untapped. So if it's like land wrath here, kill my creature or something, I will then get to put the aura on the axe, and because again the axe has already been in play, we'll be fine. And then here's this play, double striking trample nonsense, but Steel Seraph will come in and give it flying regardless, and we just won't have to care. Flying. I don't know how many more keywords Kemba needs, but apparently double strike, trample, lifelink, ward 2, and flying. Pretty good. So they end at -4. We end at positive 43. I mean, that's a good game one. I think Kemba already proving to me to be a little bit better than Bunnycorn. Obviously, we didn't have to pay to try to equip it. We just got to do that, right? All right, we're getting to go here. We're going to start off with Leyline Axe into a Siren, into a Warden, tap the 3 things. Or no, I play Warden first, of course. Yeah. Right. So we play Warden. Don't necessarily get to tap it immediately, but we do get to play a Siren next turn, and then we'll have 3 permanents in play. Be able to tap them for that. Oh, we're getting comboed. Oh no. Oh my. What a draw. Yeah. I'd like to equip this. Now they won't block, of course. We could have scryed to maybe give this flying in a future turn. But you have a go for the throat. There's not. I have 8 damage coming. Deep Cavern Bat, of course. That makes sense. And a Surveil here. Deep Cavern Bat, a good card. I feel like anytime I see Snarling Gorehound, it's definitely the combo deck. But they have to get rid of Mockingbird, because Mockingbird could then copy their Deep Cavern Bat. It was definitely a little bit tough. Yeah. Your opponent trying to figure out how they're going to deal with this Kemba. They might as well attack. Play here. Here's a cool thing. I don't know if you know this or not. You can actually tap the axe. The axe doesn't have to be untapped for any reason at all. Right? So now we just get to do that for free. Now we're attacking for 10. No block, because, of course. Comes a Warden. I'm overloading here. If they're the combo deck, board wipes aren't necessarily their forte. And if they temporary lockdown me here, then I guess they temporary lockdown me. And then I play another Kemba, put this axe back on it. Another Gorehound. Now I am threatening lethal, of course. They do have 1 flying, so maybe we could have left the Siren up. They'll do 2 scries here. They put a land in the bin, which means they're just looking to get stuff in there. 2 lands. Obviously, this could not be the combo deck, but I have a big feeling that it is. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Not necessarily able to quite give it flying. So am I better off just attacking out? I guess I do map on Siren here. Oh, I should have activated that first. Bad play by me. Really bad play overall. Yeah, this has to attack. I mean, I think it's just an all-out attack here. Put them on Deep Cavern Bat, of course. Most likely there's going to be a land, bring everything back next turn. Yeah, if I miss lethal by 1, it'll be a little annoying, but I doubt it. Oh, they go for that instead of Deep Cavern Bat. Interesting. I felt like making Deep Cavern Bat just like a little bit more life to be gained was better. But maybe they didn't have it. Maybe they're not the combo deck in general. I'm not entirely sure, obviously, but I'll take another win. Another Kemba off the top with the Leyline Axe, proving that it is a whack start, that's for sure. Opponent goes first this time around. We have Inspector to shelter maybe into the Glyph. Yeah, definitely a good hand overall. Kind of depends what we're up against. Or Hound. You little rat. Here and here. Obviously, definitely kind of faltering a bit here. Maybe there'll be a Deep Cavern Bat. Just then they'll have to make decisions. No. I think we're just combo deck into combo deck. We'll see what happens. Been playing this recently. I've played it like 2 times in a row. I doubt obviously that's what we're up against, but like because of me, I guess. But you never know. I could Mockingbird and make a copy of this. That'd be kind of funny, but I don't think that's necessarily the play. I definitely want to maybe scry a bit here. Just come in on the white side. We'll play a Warden. Then I'll do Mockingbird for 0 paid extra, and I'll do this because it'll also make a token here. Scry. Alright, pretty good card overall. No attack, obviously, but a pretty good card to come in and just like get rid of this, or maybe a threatening 3-drop. Maybe they're just life gain, but yeah, they're like semi-combo. Okay, definitely not us, but this is a card I've seen in other versions that are like, well, just important creatures in the graveyard, or wait till they get removed and then bring them all back with the Dewdrop cure. We're swinging a 2/2 Death Toucher. Obviously not going to really interact with that. Now I could equip onto this and attack with it. I do want to prioritize something else though, I think. Let's Shelter by Ghostess. Take this out. Of course, I'll pay that ward. We're gonna gain that life back overall. This says Menace. We could let them block maybe. I feel like that's wasted value. If, well, I guess I could still block this way, right? There's a Kemba. No equipment in play right now, so I guess we have to hit the land for Leyline Axe to be good with Kemba. One of the best parts of playing this Warden. Now, most likely we'll see a block here. At least I have to add in, especially with like a Dewdrop cure. But no block, which means maybe they have an answer for Warden. Maybe they don't have an answer. Cut down obviously doesn't get it. Enduring Innocence, okay. We'll definitely have flying. We can get rid of Innocence most likely permanently. I'll let the rest goes. Little do they know, the rest hits every single card in my hand, which is quite funny now that I think about it. But yeah, Aegis is going to be really, really good against this Enduring Innocence. Because if I make a creature mine later here, an Enduring Innocence will find a lot of value. Obviously, this Death Toucher is annoying, but I am now going to be flying over, and I want to prevent that card draw best I can. Floodpits Drowner, a good card, but I think I'm going to let it go as well. I'll go to combat, and I'll attack for 6 in the air. This obviously isn't an artifact, so I can't like do another tap sequence here, which would definitely be worth it. Now, if they find land, have Go for the Throat, we definitely run into a ton of problems. This Warden kind of is our lifeline right now. Because if Amalia comes back, then they start finding a ton of value and then run into some issues there. Novice Inspector has flying. I can turn it into... Okay. Sure. Fair enough. Fair enough, yeah. Another Leyline Axe. Not entirely what we'd like, but what we find regardless. And hit for another 6 in the air, but now this Big Pilgrim does have that ward clause. I could put this on here, and we can just kind of see what we end up hitting. I don't think scrying necessarily makes like the biggest change. I guess also not attacking with these doesn't change anything, right? Like I can hit him with 1 on that or not. I'll keep the land even though this is probably dying this turn. They could always throw the Gorehound in front. So it doesn't end up dying, that just goes away for now. Sure. I do have a 5/4 able to attack like every turn. I assume this wasn't going to die, so I'm going to get this land. Okay. Cycling to scry and draw a card. Or surveil, I guess. And then draw a card. You have to remember they do have discard, so there is a possibility of like a double bring back. Sure. Already drew a card for turn up to 10. Again, our 5/4 able to kind of attack. There that goes. Okay, so Dewdrop getting really close to being a threat, obviously. What are the odds that my flyer can job done? I have, this is an aura, so it's not tappable. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I can only get it to 8. So it falls short a little bit. Obviously the 5/4 should be attacking here. Tap, tap, and tap. Won't need that, especially if my 5/4 does die, even though I can kind of do that by myself. Let us do this attack, then this, of course. See how they elect to block now. Okay. Here's the thing. That block, they're taking 8. If I sacrifice this, this stays. They don't gain any life. And they're looking to kind of one-shot me here. But I can take away... The shelter goes away, and then this can enter, and I can take away the innocence, I guess. 7 life going to be enough that I don't die? I don't know. Let's see. Go to 5. This enters. I will... oh, it's only creature, right? Exile this, I guess. What I want here, 1, 2, and 3. That's 1. I'll leave out the map here. I can go away. Activate. We'll just put it on one of these flyers. Oh, sure. Maybe they'll put a flyer in the way. The only thing about the Dewdrop is, like, I don't know if bringing up 3 is enough. There's Raised Past. That's 5. That's 15-ish. Yeah, so we live. Raised the Past is good here, but it's not. It's definitely not enough. One of the hard parts of playing Raised the Past, you just have to have so much sometimes. They're going to be relatively good, but these are now Gnarl triggers, right? So they're at 14. I have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in the air. Oh boy. Just so close, huh? 12, I have 13. Oh, and I have a Shelter by Ghost draw, right? Should be enough, I think. Do Shelter by Ghost here. Be a counter. And then obviously they can block there. So we have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Should be good enough. Combat. 14 in the air. We get Exactsies off of a Raised to Pass brought back. But yeah, very cool. I think we've played against the combo deck that I've been playing. Not obviously they're playing the Dewdrop. Not exactly my list. I'm not claiming that. I'm saying the one I've uploaded a couple of times or similar with Raised to Pass, and we've come away with the win against it twice, which is kind of funny. No sword and a Kemba here. But like, we really gotta take the turn off, right? Because we want to play this first, play this second, then play this on this, so we can get a lot of value going. I think that makes sense to me. And then we'll just like Kemba later after I draw the sword off the top of my library. I know how this works. Come here, sword. Come on. Right here. Your location. Ah, and Kemba with the sword is going to be so good. Or axe. It's an axe. Ah. Don't be mad. We called it. Don't be mad. We called it. So you're gonna copy this. Idealistically, you could copy that, but not a ton of reason to do so. Another Warden can go to the bottom, because based on what I've drawn, I might need a land for Leyline Axe. The best draw is probably the Glyph, if I had to guess. Or best draw is our opponent got no land, but they did, so they're better than us. Will they play the 2-mana guy? No, they play a Swiss Sphere. Monstrous Rage outgrows any blocks I can do, so no reason to do that. Scrying here, I think, is more valuable. For strike, okay. So they had an answer regardless. Kind of a weird one. Coming in hot seems like an odd choice, but like fair, you know, fair enough. We do find another land though. That is ever important here. If I have time, not really. At this point, like, I kind of need to just play Kemba, I think. Let's try this here. Glyph good. Now we know this gets the third counter. We cheated our way for this card to be good. A cool little trick there that you just get to see. We don't necessarily have to scry. It just cares about how many counters it has. Screaming Nemesis life gain is not really where I'm at. I mean, I can. We know Shelter by Ghost isn't coming off the top anytime soon. No blocks from me. I'm in the epitome of just like, to some extent, I kind of want to play the Leyline Axe, but I think I have a much better just pack him up and send it in, you know? Here's what. That's 9. Kills both. Might as well hold our 1/1s. Down to 4. Pass. Obviously, Leyline Axe is fine, but like, not being able to play it then equip it, right, is a little bit of a troublesome feat we have to deal with. Okay, what does Monstrous Rage do here? Gives it trample. Monstrous Rage kill Warden here on a Swiss Spear. That's prowess +3, so it's 5. And then I fall short. Huh. This is weird. Monstrous Rage unanswered on that's only 3 though, right? Yeah, so I guess like the answer should be either here or here. Does that work? Because this is 6. Say they Monstrous Rage this, then that hits for... That's 6. It's 8 unanswered. No, it's way more than 8 unanswered. So that's what? +3, that's 6. That's 12 unanswered? I guess we have to do this, right? I guess. We'll see. I almost did my math real wrong. For whatever reason, my monster trades is like, nah, dude, that's not how that would work at all. Oh. Exciting, sure. Take 4 here. No more life gain for me. Another land hit. Oh, tough game. I mean, I think we have to, obviously. I got, dude. If you got the win, you got it. And I could hope they don't, but I don't feel like that's the case. Lick shot. Any spell? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And a shelter by ghost? No way, dude. What a game to close this out. Obviously, we don't gain the life, but this is double strike and trample. This is 14. Holy cow. Wow. What a way to come away with that game. Our opponent not having the correct spells. Us top decking the best spell by far, right? Well, I guess maybe not even really, right? Because with Leyline Axe and this having the first strike, it does, our trample, it does technically only have to deal 3 to the Screaming Nemesis. So it doesn't, like, Screaming Nemesis isn't able to shoot it back, and then the 7 damage is obviously enough to clean the rest of the board up too as well, because it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1 hits and this gets hit for that. But we come away with the win. Very cool. And a game that feels like I shouldn't have, but I did. Very nice. I don't know about this hand. I feel like we have better 6s. This could be the wrong call, but I do feel like this is a better 6. So let's keep here. Throw the pits back. Play a Warden. I can play a Siren. I can do some scry action. Oh, sweet. Here. Finding another creature is actually huge because that means I get to attack with this Warden. And then on following turns, we get pretty good value off like a Shelter by Ghost. Especially if this is actually Boros, not Boros Control. Boros Aggro, I guess, is what I should finish that sentence with. But it is. Okay, sweet. So we have a really good way to answer that with Shelter by Ghost. A 3rd land, incredible draw. We're in. That's mine. And then now we want to grow this as much as possible. A final land. I'm wishy-washy on this land. I think this land's not the worst. But unless I rip a Leyline Axe, I won't even feel bad about it. I'd much rather just do this and then go for this glyph on the map next turn. Now, the only problem with the Warden and kind of what we got going on is if I glyph this, I can't actually do anything with Warden now. All right, maybe trying to hit their land drop, Shelter by Ghost. My Shelter by Ghost, maybe. A Mockingbird. Okay. Now, I can give this flying, or I still just prioritize the glyph, I think, and just go for absolute punishment here. They have that protection spell and they say no, I've had enough, and I think that is what, plat 2. Yeah, we just win 4 or 5 games in a row, starting off with doing the Kemba kind of combo, the 1-2 play with Kemba, and coming away with some stressful games like the one before that, obviously a lot more stressful than that one, but yeah, very good. So let's talk about the deck real quick. The deck I comically named Axe Body Spray. I'm such an idiot. But yeah, so a couple of things I changed is this used to be Bunny Corn. I think that's what the card's called. Bunny... whatever. But this used to be where Kemba was. And the problem I had with this is, yes, it got big, but oftentimes it felt like it just got chump blocked. Or like in Mono Black, for example, it was like it would just put a Death Toucher in the way. So it being large never actually amounted to anything. Obviously, if we had a Leyline Axe that we put in play on turn 1 or turn 0, I guess, we cheated into play. You know, works every time in paper. But if we did that, right, then the Bunny Corn, we'd have to try to equip, and then if they go for a third, then we're down, right? But if we can put this in, and then on turn 2, just play a Kemba and just equip it for free, we don't necessarily take an entire turn to try to equip it, right? We don't take out turn 3 to do it. It's already on now. So now on turn 3, we can either exile something out of our way. If we have a map token, we can equip this onto it from, say, like Novice Inspector or Spyglass Siren. Or if we have a Shelter by Ghost, we can now equip that. So it's just like, it opens up a lot of plays these two together do. So I definitely like it a lot, you know. Not necessarily holding an axe in that hand. It's using that as a spear. What is that? I don't know, bro. It looks like an axe, but we're stabbing with it. You know what I'm saying? But either way, the other card I end up adding was this. A 3-mana equipment that does exile that Kemba can technically put on. So, like, if you were like, oh, we exiled a Shielder with this. We play Kemba, we get a free equipment attached, you know? I didn't go overboard by playing the boots or playing, like, the GT or anything like that. We stuck to 22 lands, pretty low land count. We don't want to go over the top. But I did also trim the Steel Seraphs for 2 of these. I just felt like getting, like, a really hard removal spell. Because most games where we had Shelter by Ghost, it felt like we won. But then I just wanted to kind of add extra variations of that, so it felt really nice. But outside of that, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.